Hey up, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Not for the delay in coming live, for the delay in me actually saying something when I press live. Sorry. It's a Monday. It's been a long day. But anyway, that's not for my trials and tribulations. Hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good weekend. Obviously, UK weather, if you're in the UK, absolutely sucks. So maybe you want out riding over the weekend. But obviously, doesn't matter if it's raining because we do arena cross. So that's what we're talking about again tonight. We've got two guests on here tonight. Obviously, we're coming up to Belfast this weekend. Looking forward to that. Bit of a double header for rounds 3 and 4 of the Arena Cross ACU British Championship. So we're going to kind of seesaw through the halfway stage, 6 rounds, and it's rounds 3 and 4 this weekend. So we've got a couple of guests coming on. I will just throw this up because basically, if you're going to be watching tonight and you want to get some questions to our guest, you can write them. If you write them, or if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, they come up here on the screen, and then I can actually put your comments on the screen. If you're watching on Instagram, I can't bring the comments up, but I kind of go in and out of Instagram and pick out some of the best ones. So we do it like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's bring these two up. They are the hometown heroes in the pro class this weekend. So let's bring them on. Mr. Marty Barr, or Barty, as he likes to be called, and making his appearance in AX again for the first time this year, Mr. Jason Meara. Right, lads.
How you doing? You getting on all right?
Let's bring this up as well because, you know, you are, let me just say what I'm doing here. What am I doing? I'm not with it today at all, fellas. I've got to be honest. Thanks for coming on at such short notice. Appreciate that. So, listen, Marty, you're at it again, still going strong. He's old, Jason. We can say that.
He is.
Because I just can, because I'm older than the pair of you. But Marty, I mean, you're still at it, mate. Actually, if you look over my shoulder, which would be, I always get up. There you are. Look.
Yeah, that's me.
That was
first.
Look at you. Look at you dicing with your teammate.
Yeah. That's first heat of London 2 weeks ago. So yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, it was nice to get a whole shot. As we had a little chat offline, the first one I've had in 3 years, and it's probably the worst thing I've done, was getting that whole shot because I just completely forgot to breathe. And with the way the track was, with a little bit of water down, I got a bit of wheel spin and cased one of the jumps, and then just arm pump kicked in, and that was game over. I just had to basically ride around. I did have a crash. I picked myself up and just rode around, but you know, no matter how long you've been doing it, you know, it was very frustrating on my behalf just to be in that situation and forget to breathe and, you know, kind of throw that one away because, you know, it mucked up the rest of the night for me. But it's arena cross, you know, anything can happen. And but yeah, I'm still out there enjoying it. As you say, I'm on the older side now, 37. But yeah, I'm still loving it as much as ever. And, you know, really coming back to Belfast is always special.
It is special. But, you know, breakdown of the tour so far then, for you, Marty, because I know you just kind of briefly gone over it, but there's Rob basically saying he's still fast. He's saying you're still fast. Might be old, and you are.
Thanks, Rob.
You are. I mean, it's. We were talking before we came on air. It's the toughest it's been actually for a long time. Certainly for a British Championship, regards of arena cross, it's pretty stacked out. What's it like? It's harder than it looks, isn't it? I mean, I know the sport's harder, but a lot of things have to go right to make the final. Even the best riders, things can happen out there. It's not a given, is it, that you're going to make it through qualifying. You know, sometimes you find yourself, even top riders, in the head-to-heads, and then if they don't win them, they're in the LCQ. We've seen riders like Tommy be in the LCQ and a few others. I mean, does that make it more fun, or is it just more stressful?
A bit of both. You know, obviously, as you're saying, it's such a competitive series. A lot of good riders there. And with arena cross, you need a bit of luck on your side. You know, you can be fast in the 2 qualifying sessions in the morning, but unless you get that start, it's, you know, you're not going to come through as easy as what you think you're going to do, like outdoor racing, because the way the tracks are, most of us all doing the same rhythm sections, or maybe like Dean Wilson's doing something different, you know, but everybody's kind of doing the same thing, so it's very, very hard to pass. So it's really exciting. You know, obviously your heart rate just spikes through the roof. You know, you have your 2 10-minute sessions in the morning, you're qualifying, and that's you done for the day. You do the presentation, lights come on, gates drop, and if you're in that first heat, you're just bang straight into it. So it's definitely exciting, and you know you need to get a start and try and stay clean for the first couple of laps, and you know try and bring it home.
He's really sold it there, Jason. And I mean, you've done it before, and actually, the last time you did it, which was what, how many years ago? 2 years ago when we came back.
2023, I think it was 23. Yeah.
So obviously, but you didn't do it last year, did you?
No, didn't do it last year.
Last year, you know, I guess obviously because of sponsorship arrangement and all that kind of stuff, but. 23, if I remember rightly, you were really getting up to speed with it. Like you started to look every bit like a AX rider. Was that the case, or did you feel like you were way out of your depth out there?
No, 100%. You're right. Like I remember at Belfast coming in the first round. Obviously, we don't have anywhere to train on it or nothing, but I remember coming into Belfast and like thinking, what am I doing here? But as the season started to go on, I think we got the Aberdeen or else Birmingham, then I started to feel a lot more comfortable, and then it started to show in the times, obviously. But yeah, like I just started to feel a whole lot more comfortable, as I say, and that's the last memory I have, and I'm hoping that's going to come into play once we get to Belfast this weekend.
Because obviously this wasn't planned, right? You haven't gone right. I won't commit to the tour, but I'll do the Belfast rounds. That wasn't even on the radar, and then obviously opportunities come up for you to race it. So tell us how that come about, and you know, is there talks of any more events other than Belfast?
Yeah, so the whole plan came about, I think it was Monday or Tuesday last week, and we just sort of had a bit of talks back and forth, and then I was kind of like, this probably isn't going to go anywhere, but ended up then quite quickly. It all came around, and we got the entry and that sorted. So we're riding for Daniel Ashmore, the DAD Limited team.
Yeah.
He's already talking about maybe doing the rest of the series, but I've kind of said we'll see how this weekend goes first, and then we can chat and see. But no, for sure, going forward, I would like to be in this series year in, year out, and trying to get better at it as we go.
Me and Martin have spoke before. Actually, done one of these not too long ago, and saying about how Arena Cross, you know, with the British Championship and basically weather in the UK, and you know, an opportunity to earn money, to get bike fit, to get sharp. You know, you just said you'd like to do more of it. So do you reckon that is something that the whole industry in the UK should look at a bit more? You know, like trying to get a synced calendar. Me and Marty's already spoke about this. This is for you, Jason. You know, and just try and get a bit more of a scene going where we race indoors first part, or maybe the tail end of even the year before, and then take a bit of time off and then go into motocross a bit later in the year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. As you say, the weather in this country is terrible this time of year, and it's virtually impossible to get riding outdoors. So even like some of the first rounds of the outdoor British Championship, you go and it's a complete mud fest. So definitely makes sense to race indoors under the lights, make a few more quid on the run up to the outdoor season starting. So yeah, I think it definitely should be happening going forward.
Right. This is for both of you, because I'm always sort of, I wouldn't say amazed anymore. You know, it's surprised. I don't think that's the right word either. But there's just something about Ireland and Northern Ireland in particular. Like, you guys are just so receptive to two-wheel motorsport. That's no doubt why Matt continues to take the tour to Belfast every year. And you know, I think it's one of our only venues that, down the 10 years or more, 11 years we've been doing it, pretty much have always had back-to-back nights. We don't do that at other venues. Done it a few others before, but not every year. So what is it with Northern Ireland? Why is it that you guys over there are just mad on like motorcycles? What's the crack? Try and explain that to me.
I think we're all just petrol heads. It's no matter what, two wheels, whether it's motocross, enduro, trials, road racing, you know, there's such a good following over here. And we do produce a lot of good riders from such a small country. And everybody just seems to get behind each other. And it's an awesome night out, you know. Yourself, Matt, and yourselves put on such a good show year in, year out. And especially, unfortunately for us, with no Desert Martin anymore, we don't have a British Championship here as such. So this is our biggest event year in, year out the last few years. So it's always good to have that. But yeah, we're just petrol heads. We love it, and they always, each year the crowd just gets behind all us local guys, which is fantastic. Me and Jason this weekend, we actually hear them when we're out on track, so it just gives you that extra bit of push to try and keep going and try and do a good job for them.
But, Jason, it just seems like it's not just people that ride, like just the general public seem to be more receptive of motorcycles. Like in mainland UK, you seem to sort of like, if you say you ride a dirt bike, it is, and like people go, people that are not educated kind of look down on it. Whereas like Northern Ireland is kind of, it's the same with Spain. They're so receptive of like, you can go and nobody sort of bats an eyelid if you're out riding a dirt bike where you say do it. Whereas over here in the mainland UK, it's a bit sort of frowned on. So is it just something with the general public as well? Like that, like, because you guys have to travel over when you race the British Championship and stuff like that. And I know it's always tough in this economic climate, but you guys always seem to find like sort of private sponsors that are not necessarily associated with, they're not in the industry, but they constantly back you guys.
Yeah, just like Martin says, just a load of petrol heads over here. It's such a small country as well, and there's not a whole lot to do in it. So any night out's kind of a good night or over here. So yeah, and it's very generational too. Like my dad raced; it's been passed down through the family, and same with Martin. I know his dad was big into the racing back in the day too. So it kind of just passes down through, and it never seems to go away. It just keeps doing full circle. But yeah, it's fantastic.
We need to, like you say, Marty, I don't know what's going on, the finer details, the politics of Desert Mine, but obviously that was always a real popular British Championship round. Not just with everybody over there because you didn't have to travel, but a lot of the UK mainland-based riders used to like coming over because of the track. I'd like to think that maybe the constant arena cross and Belfast arena cross might encourage something in the AC or something, or somebody over there to find a motocross venue to bring a round of the British Championship back. That'd be cool because it is sorely missed. I mean, you guys must be longing for a round of the British Championship motocross to come back to Northern Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as you're saying, Desert Martin was an amazing track. Still there. But you ask anybody, Mark DeRuver, any of those World Championship riders, their favorite track was Desert Martin, and to have it on our doorstep. And the situation it's in at the minute, which I'm not 100% clear of, but yeah, it would be absolutely brilliant to be able to get it back and bring British motocross back to it, because I think it would definitely help the sport over here get back going. So we're very thankful that the arena cross is still coming over. But yeah, it was just it's nice to get our own bed for the night before a race rather than driving up and down the road, getting boats, planes, whatever, week in, week out. So. But yeah, now hopefully one day we'll get another track if Desert Martin's not available anymore. As I said, I don't know the situation, but yeah, it'd be nice to get a British Championship outdoor race back over here again.
It would, Jason. You'd be all over that, wouldn't you? It's much needed, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. It'd be fantastic to get it back, British Championship back home again. I mean, it's unfortunate with Desert Martin and stuff. Like, I'm in the same boat as Martin. I don't really know what's going on, but I mean, there is other tracks out there too. But I don't know what the politics side of the whole thing is. But I mean, there's definitely other tracks there that we could definitely look into getting over to. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So that yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that happen. We'll keep pressure on Paul Owen, the ACU, to find a track over there. You need to do that. That could be your, I wouldn't say your parting shot, Mike, because I know you're not planning to hang up your boots yet. But it could be the Martin Barr legacy, like a Martin Barr Raceway. Yeah. Get on it, Mike. Make it happen.
Yeah, if we win the lottery, it won't be a problem.
Yeah. Like ex-presidents have like care homes named after them. You could maybe have a track named after you.
Yeah.
Look,
nice.
somebody's just talking to Belfast at the weekend, and obviously rounds 3 and 4. Who's that? Do you know who that is, Jason? Because they are confident in your ability.
Here,
Who is?
Motorsport. I think he's a photographer. Goes to the tracks back home. But
Right.
here, I would take that. All right, if someone's offering 2 first places, I'll take that and the
He's
bonus
doing
money
it.
with it.
He is absolutely confident in your ability. Like, you haven't done it for like over a year. You're coming into the series, and he's just like, you're absolutely. Don't take it the wrong way, Marty. I mean, clearly, he's
It's fine with me. I
but
know how it all goes.
but what is obviously everybody wants to win. We know that. That's why you race. But you know, what's realistic targets for you both this weekend? Do you think? What would make you happy? Apart from obviously coming out there safe and in one piece, we all know that. But what are you aiming for this weekend?
Well, for me, obviously, just to try and make a main event. You know, I've been unlucky the first 2 rounds. It's just, as I say, running across, you just never know what can happen. You just have to try and be in a decent position and make it work. Like, there's a lot of fast riders out there, and you know, I'm just getting optimistic. I just enjoy riding my bike, and you know, this time of the year I'm going to be out practicing anyway. So I always love I may as well be racing and trying to earn a few quid. You know, Matt and yourselves, as I said before, run a fantastic series, and I think it's very beneficial, you know, for the rest of the year with the intensity, the gate drops, and you know, just being out with such good riders week in, week out. So yeah, if I can make the main event and you know, put on a show, I'll be happy enough. And as you say, come out in one piece is obviously the main thing.
What about you, Jason? Coming in cold, as it were.
Yeah, so obviously the main goal is to get to the main event first, but like I've been following the results and stuff. It's definitely not going to be easy, but yeah, it's just trying to get a start. And if you don't get a start, maybe be a bit cheeky and try and push your way through. But sometimes you end up in the wrong end that time, or that whenever you go for things like that. But no, we'll just aim to try and get in the main event and see how it goes. I've no goals or targets or anything other than just go and have fun.
Cool. Right. It's a good job it wasn't. I know I needed a weekend off. I absolutely did. I'm not sure about you, Mike, but it's in many ways, I'm glad it wasn't this weekend just gone, because obviously with the storm coming through, my God, I've had one of the most dodgiest, terrifying landings I've ever had coming into Belfast City. And I wouldn't want to do that again. So hopefully the weather's calmed down. Right, this is it. The big pitch from you two. Right, you two as local stars. Obviously, we'd like to think people are going to come over from mainland and UK and Scotland, but you know, give it the big sales pitch. Like, you know, why should people come out to Belfast Arena Cross? Come on, give me your best sales pitch, your best car salesman forecourt swagger.
It's a no-brainer. If you want a night with top entertainment, plenty of laughs, plenty of on the edge of your seat excitement, and then a few drinks after, you know, it's a perfect night out. You know, we're going to be putting on a show the best we can. There's going to be carnage, crashes, big air, you name it. It's all happens. SSE Arena this weekend.
If I was you, Jason, at this point, right, with all my experience, I'd just say, yeah, what he said.
Yeah, what he said. No, you just expect fireworks. You just never know what you're going to get with Arena Cross. Things happen in the heat of the moment. You just can't predict what's next. So definitely get your tickets, get out there and have a good night. As Martin said, get a few beers afterwards. The Guinness is always good in Belfast, so make your way up there.
I shall be participating in a couple of Guinnesses. Yeah, it's all about the timing though for me. I better not have it like too early post show. I might have a little whiskey live with Billy McKenzie just to get things fired up and get in the spirit of it. We'll see. Yeah, it's always a great night, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, Jason, Aaron has come back on. Again, Marty, I feel like you've been frozen out here, but there you go. Jason, if you need a photographer, he's there. There you go.
I think Jason paid him to say that.
I think so.
There he is. The people are talking, Marty.
Yeah. I think
I'll do my talking of the weekend, Jeff. Eh? We'll get the elbows out.
We'll see him in the LCQ. What about that? Head to heads.
Head to head. That's where it's all at.
Love it. Careful what you wish for, because that will probably happen now.
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm sure you'll keep
UFC
it
event.
Yeah. Well, look, fellas. Hope it all goes well the weekend. I'll see you on Thursday, or when I come over, or Friday. have a good rest of the week. I hope you're all charged for it. I'm sure you are. And thanks for coming on at such short notice.
Right. Thanks very much.
Thank
there
you.
Go, everybody. Everybody,
Cheers.
get behind it. If you want to buy tickets, by the way, probably the quickest way to do it now is to probably go on. You can still get it all from AX, our website, which is basically axworldtour.com. But you can also get them from the actual arena, which is, I think, ssearenabelfast.com. So if you go on there, you can also get tickets from that. Or you can just tap up Marty or Jason, who are obviously just put their hand in the pocket and buy you a ticket to come out. Choice is yours. Right. Okay, fellas, I'll let you get on your evening. Marty's got kids to put to bed. Jason's going out in town and getting slashed. No, he's not. That's
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. On that note, though, I'm going out now and going to have a couple of pints. There you go. That's my build up to the weekend. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks you two, and I'll see you at the weekend.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
There they go. They're out of here. Jason goes first. There you go. Martin goes second. Right, everybody. Once again, thanks for tuning in for an AX Extra. We have got another one of these on Wednesday night. If you're still watching, we are bringing in, hopefully, Johnny Ray, 6-time World Superbike champion, who will be at Belfast and loves his motocross. Obviously, a former schoolboy motocross champion. We're going to shoot for 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Johnny's got a load of testing going on, getting ready for the new World Superbike season ahead. So that hopefully his testing down in Spain will be done by then, and he can join us. And we'll also be joined by Gordon Crockard as well. So we'll have those two on for Wednesday. So basically start thinking about any questions for those two. And we'll see you Wednesday for another little short extra with some of the riders and people that are involved with, obviously, the Arena Cross, British Championship and World Tour. Right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Take care.